Bernie Ecclestone defends Honourable Vladimir Putin as Russia invade Ukraine. Former F1 chief Bernie Ecclestone has sensationally defended President Vladimir Putin as Russian troops continue their invasion of Ukraine. Europe has been left shell-shocked by the actions of Putin, with explosions being reported in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev and a number of other cities. Ecclestone gave an interview to Times Radio on Friday and was asked his thoughts about the situation. And the 91-year-old somewhat surprisingly appeared to throw his support behind Putin, despite the leader being almost overwhelmingly criticized for his actions throughout the world. Speaking about whether or not the Russian GP should go ahead, which the FIA have now confirmed has been cancelled, Ecclestone said, "I think it depends an awful lot on exactly what the state is between Ukraine and Russia. It's not going to make any difference if there is a race in Russia to anything else that has happened in the world. I suppose it is the people who are engaged in the event who would decide on it, because maybe other people think it was the right thing for Russia to do. So how can anyone else judge exactly what is happening today?" Going on to talk about a meeting he had with Putin in the past, Ecclestone continued, "As a person I found him very straightforward and honourable. He did exactly what he said he was going to do without any arguments." When the presenter argued that, in fact, Putin had not been honourable given the fact he went back on his word to invade Ukraine, Ecclestone simply replied, "Circumstances change, don't they?" Ecclestone was also asked whether he believed there was any way a potential race in Russia would have been able to go ahead even if it meant reigning champion Max Verstappen pulling out. And he argued, yes, of course it can. He's one person in the event. It's entirely up to the FIA and the Formula One group to decide whether or not they are going to take part in the race. Indeed, the FIA released a statement shortly after the interview with Ecclestone was published which read, "The FIA Formula One World Championship visits countries all over the world with a positive vision to unite people, bringing nations together. We are watching the developments in Ukraine with sadness and shock and hope for a swift and peaceful resolution to the present situation." On Thursday evening Formula One, the FIA, and the teams discussed the position of our sport, and the conclusion is, including the view of all relevant stakeholders, that it is impossible to hold the Russian Grand Prix in the current circumstances. UEFA have also announced that the Champions League final will not be being held in the Russian city of St. Petersburg as initially planned. Instead, Paris will host the event.